Hello everyone, and welcome back to our video series of using Edmodo in the classroom with your students to provide a safe environment for students to interact with you and their fellow students, and to also learn important skills of digital literacy and to interact socially with others online. So here we go. Here's our main Edmodo page again, and I'm actually going to just switch browsers here to get into the course itself and to get into what Edmodo looks like when you actually log in. And in this particular video, we're going to focus on posting, adding links, and adding files. Okay, so as I kind of alluded to in the previous video, this always is the main place where you can post. You could type a note, okay? And here you can also select who can see the note, and you can select your courses from this drop down. You can search for people in this drop down, individuals who are in the course, whether it be students you can post directly to, or you can post directly to courses or different modules or units that you're working in. So you can kind of control who sees the post. Okay. You can also now add files, which is just super easy. You just click on the file section and you can go through your files and whatever you want to actually do, and you can add a file, whatever the case may be. Okay. Beginning to learn how to use Edmodo. There we go. All right. So it just clicks on a little Word document right there. Okay. You can also add links, all right, which is really kind of easy. So let's just kind of get out of here, get back to our page. I'll copy this link. This is the Edmodo home page. I just paste the link in right there, and it fetches it. It tells me it's Edmodo, which is really kind of nice. Now, I'm not sure if you saw this. Let me just do OK. Okay, so now you got a link and you got a file. Okay, so you keep on doing this. You can put multiple things on your post. You can sort of delete them if you really wanted to. Now let me go back to link here. I don't know if you saw this, but it does. This is kind of small, but it says, you know, obviously your HTTP usual beginning, or it says an embed code, which is kind of interesting. So we can actually embed some HTML code in here and also send that directly. So I switched gears here. I went to our YouTube page for our Canisius EdTech YouTube page. And here's one of our videos of how to use Google Forms. Let me pause that. Okay, and I don't even saw this, but you can obviously have the share button, okay, which that gives you the link. But you can also do this in the embed code, all right? So let's just see. If I copy this embed code, right, and I go over here back to my Edmodo page and type that in. Now, I know when you do that, it won't fetch, usually doesn't fetch the title when you do embedding. It's looking for it. It's not really seeing it. It's looking. But again, you can just type your own sort of description, Google's Forms video. I do OK. And now, see how it's actually not just put a link to the video, it's actually put the video in there directly. Now, sometimes it might do it automatically. So, oops, sorry about that. Switching tabs. If I go back to my page here for embedding video, and I just go to share, and I get that link. Let's see what happens if we then just post that video link on Edmodo. So let's go back to the link. I'm going to post this video, and let's see if it's going to fetch the title for it. It does, Introduction to Google Forms, and it also embeds it. So with YouTube videos, sometimes it might do it automatically no matter what video you pick, but here you can also embed other things like Quizlet, like it's an online vocabulary game which has embed codes. Sometimes embedded calendars have embed codes. Any kind of HTML you can also paste in there. Now, excuse me, you can also go to your library and grab files from your library. So library is actually anything that you save, and you can create folders in your library. We'll come back to that. And you can save all of your resources or edit any of your files, your links, documents, all inside of Edmodo itself. But what's really nice now, they've added some great integration with other tools. One is OneDrive. If you're a Microsoft 365 user, you can just connect your OneDrive account, and anything that you save to OneDrive or OneNote can all be accessed right directly in Edmodo. And if you're a Google Drive user like I am, you can connect your Google Drive. And let me just show you this, how that would actually would look. I can kind of sign into one of my many numerous accounts and press allow, which we usually do for Google Access. And now it's going to have all of my Google files and so forth right there. Okay. Which is really kind of nice. So now here's my complete Google Drive. Right in here, nice and easy to find. All of my files, all right, which is really kind of nice. Now, I know you might say it looks a little bit cumbersome compared to what it might look in terms of just going to a Google. What's the whole point of doing this? If I could just go into a project folder, I could just grab anything from here and put it right into a post, which is kind of nice. And you can always disconnect your account if you really wanted to later. Okay, so let me get back to my post, which I think I might have lost because I did that Google integration piece. All right, I might have lost all of that. We'll see if I can go back up. I'll get out of here. If not, I have to go back to my Edmodo home screen. There it is. And I might have lost my post. Okay, it's all right. So, yep, just give me the tour of what I got here. Okay, so there we go. There's my post. I lost some things, but I don't know if you notice this now. This little icon appeared. And if you also connect your Microsoft OneDrive, it will also appear, where I can just grab anything I want from my particular drive. So then I can go to my drive, right? And I can access anything I want in terms of materials and put it in Edmodo. That's, I think, super, super helpful. Okay, so I'm just going to go to one of the courses I haven't been in a little bit to give you kind of a feel for it. Right now, I'm in a course. We're going to get into those assignments and quizzes and polling later on. But again, I could type a note, a little test note. I could attach a file, which I haven't done yet. Let me just get out of here and go to technologies, and I'll just grab that Edmodo sort of beginning instructions. Okay, I got that. Grab a link. I think we already had a link saved. It was a YouTube video. Okay, beautiful. And now I can post. But what I really like about Edmodo, which I haven't seen in other ones like Schoology, is I can also schedule a post for a later time. That's really nice. If you kind of want to get ahead of yourself a little bit, I can put a date, I can put a time. I love that feature. That was something I really missed that I'm using Schoology a little bit more with my students lately. So I'll post that, and there you go. So what you can see here is this is a discussion. I just posted it in a major spot. And again, people can kind of build their comments. People can like your comment, just like they can on Facebook. So they can like it, they can unlike it, they can reply to it. And then when you reply, you can also add a file, a link, or a library resource. You can share it to other posts, which is interesting, all right, just like you can in Facebook. Okay? And you can turn on notifications that anybody who ever interacts with this post, I'll get a notification about it. All right, so that's really kind of interesting, right? A nice way to really kind of get involved and sort of, in a very much a Facebook-like manner within your course. Okay, so that's kind of how you add a link or you add files and when you post. Okay, so that's super convenient. So what I'm showing you here is an example of a sort of a long post in terms of a discussion. So I usually, when I do this, I usually start off with kind of my initial hello post. And what you can do is when you post something, if you're the owner of the post, you can actually pin your post. So I actually pinned it. So that post will always be at the top. Okay. You could edit a post. You could delete a post. You can add your post to your library, or you can make it public. This is actually a direct link to your post. If you wanted to kind of share that out, you could, which is really kind of nice. So now as people log into this particular discussion, this particular part of our course, it's a long feed. So this is different from other ones like Schoology, where this really does look like a Facebook feed, where you got to go through it. You're seeing people replying to the initial post, and people replying to each other, and there's a conversation going on here as you go through it, and then you can certainly load more posts. Okay. But you gotta be careful, and we'll talk about this later, is as the discussion goes on, so does the feed. It gets larger and larger and larger and larger, and it really works from the bottom up. So we'll talk about how there's ways to actually manage that so it doesn't get too confusing. But that's how really posting works and adding files works, and really how you would sort of manage that. All right, so we're just going to talk about courses and groups and how you organize all that in our next video. All right, take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.